Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy, or Amy Louise. Today I'm gonna show you my current, it's pretty much my everyday routine, but it's also what I've been doing because I am so tired at the minute. I've not been sleeping very well. I've got a lot going on, so I am exhausted. So basically this is what I've been doing on the daily to make myself look presentable, still wear makeup but not go overboard. At the minute all I've done is my skincare and my brows because they don't change, but everything else is very different to like my usual kind of makeup. So if you're interested on seeing how I do that, keep on watching. Okay, so I kind of underpin my skin so that I don't have to go whole hog. No foundation, like none. Like I'm quitting it at the minute. It's too much effort to pick a foundation. I have so many and I really don't need it on a day-to-day basis. So I'm gonna start off with bronzer. This is the Juvia's Place Shade Stick in Abidjan. And all I'm gonna do is, I need to move my mirror. So all I do is I pop a little bit on my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, and then a little bit on my nose. There's all I'm gonna use, those tiny little bits. I'm gonna blend out with this BH Cosmetics, it's my Rare number 3 brush. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blend this out. This just gives my face a little bit of shape and dimension. Because my forehead's quite shit, like square, I put it here and then I kind of round off my forehead. I don't feel like I have a particularly big forehead, so I'm not going to put it up here. I will blend it up here a little bit, but I don't put it there because I don't really want to make my forehead smaller. Like it's not, I haven't got a big forehead, it's very proportional to the rest of my face. Because I've got no other makeup on, I can just really roughly blend this in, and because again I am so tired, sometimes I just sit here with my eyes closed and blend it in really roughly. And then my cheeks. Again, really not paying that much attention to it. As long as I get in the general area some days, I'm happy, because I want to sleep and I can't sleep. So this is what I'm resorting to, is having my eyes closed for a couple of seconds while I do my makeup. I currently don't have my contacts in and my glasses are on my table so that I can actually do my makeup, because I haven't been wearing my contacts the past few days. I think because I haven't been sleeping, my eyes are just burning. They're so sore. So no contacts for me at the minute because again it feels uncomfortable at the minute. I would rather wear my glasses and look strange, as a few of my friends have said. One of them told me that I looked rough, which is just lovely, because I was wearing my glasses and she's just not used to it. I literally wear my contacts every single day without fail, unless there is a reason for it, like my hay fever is acting up, or you know, I've got no contacts, they've run out or they've ripped or something. So she's really not used to me not wearing contacts. So when I wear my glasses, it weirds the people out that I see every day. So as you can see, I'm taking the excess that is on the brush over my eyelid area quite roughly. I just want to kind of shade that in a little bit. So I get something like this. I know it looks crazy right now, but it comes together in the end. Next I'm going in with liquid blush. This one is the MUA Academy blushed liquid cream blush in Dusky Rose. I've literally worn this every single day for about 2 months straight. Sometimes I mix it with a different one, but it is always this one. I love it. I need like 10 of these in this shade. It's my baby. So yeah, so pop a couple of dots of that on the higher points of my cheeks. I'm not going into the temple really, but I do blend it out there. But I like to keep my blush further back than forward. I will blend it forward and I will blend it into the temple, but this is where I want to concentrate it. I'm using my Real Techniques 302 brush. I love this brush. I have a few of these in my kit for foundation and blush and powder bronzer and cream blend. I love it. This brush is amazing and I don't think they make it anymore, but oh, I love it so much. So I'm just going to stipple this. I'm going to start by concentrating it where I put it. You see that? And then once I'm happy, I will start to blend it to the corner of my brow, and I do take it to the outer half of my eye. Just gives a really beautiful natural flushed look. And then I'll just blend it to the front of my cheeks, the apples of my cheeks. And then I just bounce it right on over my nose. Like that. So I'm going to go do the other side real quick. Okay, so at the minute I'm kind of looking a little strange, but I promise it comes together. I've been using 2 different concealers. So the first one is the L'Oreal Infallible More Than Concealer, and I think this is in vanilla. No, it's not, it's in ivory, 322 ivory. And then I've been using the Juvia's Place concealer in number 24 because this is very light and I do love it when I've got like a full V on and I want a really bright under eye. But on an everyday I use this with this to get like my perfect colour basically. So I'm going to use the lightest one, the Juvia's Place, right on the inner corners of my eyes and a little bit on my chin just to give me a little bit of coverage there. It also helps to highlight that area and just looks beautiful. Because I'm not using foundation, I will use a little dot of concealer where needed to get some coverage. And then I'm going in with my L'Oreal and I'm going to pop this just below that and then on the outer corners of my eyes. This is all the concealer I'm going to use for my entire face. And then I like to use a stippling brush for my concealer. This one's a Morphe one. I have no idea what it is. There's no number or anything. I'm pretty sure I got this in a set. So I'm going to start off by blending out my chin. And I'm just stippling this in. And then I'm just going to drag it up underneath that bronzer. And then pull it down. Now this is going to give me a bit of coverage because I do want a little bit of coverage over here, but nothing crazy. Like this, I look a little bit odd. But then I'm going to take the brush, I'm going to blend out the outer corner first. I like to just kind of bounce it over the area for a while before I start to blend out anywhere else. And I'm just going to take this in a straight line up towards my temple. Like that. And then I'm just going to do the inner corner. I'm going to keep a lot of it concentrated on the inner corner. I'm going to drag it down the side of my nose and then blend it out. So I'm going to start right on the inner corner, and again I like to bounce it for a while. And then I'm going to start to bring it down my nose and then underneath my eye. And then from the bottom of where I've blended it, I'm just going to pull it down and out. So I get that gradient with that blush. I don't want the blush to be gone and disappeared or covered up, but I do want to blend it a little bit because I feel like that gradient of very blushy to less blushy just looks beautiful. And then I close my eye and I take my brush and I stipple it over the very front of my eye, and then I just take my middle finger and I blend that, and it almost looks like a cut crease like this. Okay, I'm gonna go and do the other side. I'll be 2 seconds. So I look a little bit like Neapolitan ice cream. It's all good. I'm going to take a liquid highlighter, whichever you want. This one is the L'Oreal Paris Glow Mon Amour highlighting drops, and this is in, what shade is this? 01 Sparkling Love. And I'm just going to pop a little bit. So you should be able to see that I've got a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my top lip, tip of my nose, bridge of my nose, a tiny bit on my forehead, and then just up here. So I always like to start with like the least areas first because I don't want to add extra products there from my brush from areas where I've got more, like up here. So chin, and I just stipple it in. This is a Morphe highlighting brush. Top lip, and then I just bounce it off my nose honestly, and I sometimes just kind of fall asleep a little bit here. Same with the bridge of my nose and my forehead. And then I just like to get this up here, and this will further blend that line of highlight concealer. And then I take the excess from that over the lid. So I just bounce it right over there. Next, I'm going to take my Coty Spun. This does have extra coverage, so I love this powder for doing this kind of makeup. It's a great setting powder, but the fact that it's got extra coverage on no makeup days or low makeup days really just does a girl some babies. Okay, so I'm going to take the powder puff that it comes with. I've got some on there. It looks like more because it's like, I've used this, so it looks a little bit more. But then I'm just going to pat it off into the lid, and you can see that the excess comes off in there. And then I'm just going to use this all over my face to set everywhere. And then rather than picking up more from the pot, I just take it out of the lid like this and then tap off again. Okay, almost done. So next, I'm throwing things apparently. I'm going to take bronzer. This one I'm using today is Glamour Bronze by Morphe in the shade Trailblazer. And I'm just going to take a little bit just in those same areas that we bronzed up earlier. Now this is going to add a little bit more colour because you can see that powder blended everything almost flat, not flat. You can still see my bronzer and my blush and my highlight, but it's a lot softer. So I'm just going to go in, I'm going to re-intensify that, and it's also just going to blend anything. If there's any lines, it's going to get rid of those because I'm going to blend over the edges of that. So I take it down the side of my nose, over the edge of my eye really roughly, and then just forehead and cheeks like this. Okay, next we're going in with blush. This one is the Milani in Sunset Passion, which is one of their baked blushes. Beautiful. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing really. I'm just gonna pop this where I put that liquid blush, so cheeks, and then again the outside half of my eye, up through my temple, and then a little bit over the arch of my brow, and then whatever's left on the brush over my nose. And then highlighter, today I'm using the Pat McGrath's Labs in Skin Fetish in Luna Nude, which one of my beautiful patrons sent me. Look at this. And then this just goes in all the usual areas, and I'm using a really little brush. I want it to be detailed and beautiful. And again, I take this into the centre of my lid. I'm not doing eye makeup, so I want a little bit on there. Now for my lips, obviously you can do just a lip balm or something. I like to use this lip liner from Wet n Wild in Fab Fuchsia. It's like £1 and it's massive. I cannot tell you how many times I've sharpened this, how long I've had this, and yet it never seems to get any shorter. Like, it's just so long. So I like to use this. It is a couple of shades darker than my lip. I do have a little bit of powder on my lips so they don't look as pink as usual, but it's not too dark from my natural lip colour. So I'm just going to line my lips with this. Once they're lined, I'm just going to shade in the edges. And then I take a lip oil. This one is from Keisharie. It's the Keisharie lip oil from the Beauty Crop. And it just goes right on over. It just... it gives your lips a little bit of colour, a little bit of hydration and nourishment. It makes you look like you've put a lot more effort in. Now this does seem like a lot of steps, but really when you break it down, there's not a lot of makeup on my skin right now. Like, there really isn't much makeup there. So, oh, I've got something in my eye. Probably just itchy, who knows at this point. Final steps. I'm going to take this Spotlight highlighter pencil in Champagne. This is a highlighter pencil, but I stick it in my waterline because I don't see it on my skin. So I'm going to put it in my waterline. It's just going to open my eyes up a little bit, make me look a little bit more alive. You could just use a nude or something like that, or just like a shimmery pencil, but yeah, I'm using this. And then the lightest coat of mascara possible. Like, literally, I'm just getting a little bit of colour to my lashes. Really, I don't want length or thickness or volume, anything like that. I just want a bit of colour there. If my lashes were still tinted, I wouldn't even bother with this. Okay, this is everything. This is like my full face. This is how I've been doing my every single day without fail makeup. Sometimes I don't even use this much. I might do a bit of bronzer, a bit of blush, concealer, and then the powder, and that is it. My brows, obviously. But other than that, I've really not been doing makeup. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I cannot explain how tired I am. I feel like I've got a newborn again, but I don't. I can't sleep. I don't know why. I go through this every so often. I just get insane insomnia. Can't sleep. So I've been getting like 1 or 2 hours sleep a night. So I am extremely tired. I'm still going to work. I have my son. I'm tired. My house is spotless though, which is a-okay by me. So yeah, this is everything. I'm just gonna take a little bit of setting spray, which technically this isn't setting spray. MAC kind of rebranded it, or did like influencers rebrand it as a setting spray. It's really not a setting spray, it's a fixing spray to be used between layers. It's not a final finishing step, but I like it just to like melt the powder into my skin a little bit more rather than for staying power. So I'm just gonna douse my face. It's also gonna wake me up a little bit. And then personal choice, I like to go in with a freckle pen and darken my moles. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 moles. The one on the side of my nose you can barely see, and the one here you can barely see, but the other. But then like this one, and the 2 down here, I make the darkest. This is just personal preference, obviously you don't have to do it, but I like my moles. My camera died. Okay, this is the finished look. Moles added, setting spray done. But yeah, this is how I've been doing it. Let me know if you have any questions down below, if you have any video requests down below, because I know I'm slacking. But honestly, I'm not sleepy, and then I'm going to work, then I'm coming home, dealing with my son, and then going to bed, hoping and praying that I'm going to get some sleep, and not getting any or very little. So yeah, let me know if you have any video requests. I promise I will get better. I promise. That is my promise to you, I will get better. But yeah, let me know if you've got any other video requests. I will see you on the next one. Bye.